Hey guys, Terrastructor525 here. Well, you guys know that this is the time now. Time for yet another update video. Update video basically covering what's going to be going on for, well, summer 2018. I literally just got back from my first year of college last night, and I'm just so happy to be home to making new videos and to really tell you guys, what's going to be happening. So, to start, you guys looking right now are seeing Terrence and James. You guys probably wonder, why isn't Thomas there or some other engine? Why is it James? Well, let's just say that's a very, very brief teaser for episode 5. I won't go any further than that since it's still kind of early and since, well, episode 4 has never been uploaded yet. So the first thing I wanted to talk about is regarding episode 4. Well, as you guys know, the sneak peek was uploaded back in December, and I'm happy to say that the episode is almost complete. I just have to film a few more shots and do a bit more editing, and the episode should be uploaded in a week, maybe 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, alright? But it's coming soon. It will be in weeks, not months, alright? That I can promise you on. The next thing I wanted to bring up is reviews for the summer. So, as you can see right here, I have Duck, Bill Ben, and the Express coaches situated in front of the camera. And well, you guessed it, these are the 3 reviews that I've decided that I will be doing for summer 2018. All 3 of them I plan to compare and contrast both the Bachmann and Hornby counterparts. And I don't really have scheduled when they're going to be coming out, but they will be coming out throughout the summer, June, July, August. I mean, that I don't know, but definitely at some point they will be coming out. So, and the reason why I chose these 3 well, quote-unquote characters, because the Express coaches aren't characters, but, well, technically they are, but anyways, is that many people requested Duck. I don't know why, but he's just such a popular engine, and it's understandable. He is also one of my favorite characters, after all. Bill and Ben, it's the same kind of thing, like a lot of people requested them, but I thought I chose them in particular since they have a very significant role in episode 4, which I said will be uploaded very soon. And then I decided to do a review on the Express coaches since, as we all know, Bachmann reintroduced Gordon's Green Express coaches for 2018, which was very surprising. I just find it very ironic that they got discontinued in the first place, but I will not go any further than that since I will save all my ranting and jibber-jabber for the review itself. So regarding remakes, I have one plan for this summer, and that is the music video, Donald's Duck. Now, if you guys remember, last summer, I had this one planned. However, due to time conflicts and other stuff, I just never got around to doing it. However, I'm glad to say that this one is already halfway filmed and should be uploaded within the next few weeks. So, that's all I really have to say regarding remakes, and stay tuned for that. One other thing that I wanted to bring up in this update video is the narrow gauge extension that I had planned 2 years ago, but then mentioned it in the update video last summer, and then stated that I was going to be building it this summer. Unfortunately, that's probably not going to be happening, simply because I just feel like I'm not going to have the time to do it this summer. There's just multiple things going on in my life. I have a job and all this other stuff. So, unfortunately, that's probably going to have to wait one more year, maybe 2 years. We'll just have to see. What I am happy to say, though, is that I will be uploading more videos with the narrow gauge engines, especially once Bachmann Rusty comes out. This Christmas, I plan to get him. Hopefully he will be out by then. And I plan to do a little transporting video like I did with Scarlotti and Rheneas back in January. So that is something I have in mind. The other reason why I actually did not want to do it this summer was more than the fact that I didn't have time, although time, of course, is the biggest thing. The thing is that I was really hoping that Bachmann would introduce more resin buildings for 2018. And they didn't. I mean, I kind of saw it coming, but at the same time, I do wish that they made a few more resin buildings, particularly narrow gauge themed buildings. I just think that that would have been a great idea. Would encourage the sales of narrow gauge products even more, and just like the resin buildings themselves, I just feel like they're just so underrated, guys. I mean, I'm going to be very frank about it. I think that on the Bachman forum a few months back, I think it was a few weeks after, maybe a month after the announcements were made, I made a thread on suggestions for the resin building range, and a number of them are narrow gauge themed, particularly a shed, Neptune Refreshment, which is one of my favorite buildings from the Thomas show. Let's see, and what else? Narrow gauge watermill and stations and like all this other stuff. And like basically, I mean, what I really am hoping is that Bachman can make these buildings. Now, you guys would say, "Oh, Neptune Refreshments, you can easily make that," you know. But at the same time, the other reason why I'm encouraging the resin buildings to be made in the Bachman range is that we all know that the merchandise of Thomas and Friends has just really gone downhill lately. You know, from Trackmaster to wood to wooden railway, you know, getting turned into wood, you know, all this crap that, you know, none of us want to see. You know, and of course many of us are blaming Mattel. I mean, yeah, I would put Mattel mostly at blame, but at the same time, like we fans need to speak out. You know, we need to say, you know, this is not what we want. And since I care about, you know, the model train line of Thomas so much, you know, that's why I'm actively on the Bachman forum, and I'm trying to really push for, you know, quality products like resin buildings. These are products that make the range seem much more like a model train range than toy range. That's something that I've stated before, and you know, it's ironic since Bachman would attend, you know, like toy fairs and all this other stuff, and it makes the Bachman range seem like a toy range, but at the same time, it's not. You know, I see it as a model train range because, you know, why would a parent want to buy, you know, a $60 Thomas engine when they can just buy a $10 Thomas Wood engine, you know? It's really us avid fans who go out and buy the model trains, because one, we have the money for it, and two, like, we're the ones who really care about the show. You know, so I mean, I digress, of course, like that I went into a whole tangent there, but basically the point is, guys, if you can, there's 2 points here. One is that if you can, try and go into the Bachman forum and check out my the resin building thread that I started, and you know, a few other people were kind enough to state their thoughts, and if you can, try and state your thoughts as well. You know, what you would like to see. Would you like to see a narrow gauge engine shed? Would you like to see, you know, Neptune Refreshments or some other town buildings from like the lakeside scene? I mean, think about how cool that would be. Like, in all honesty, like lakeside Bachman buildings, you know. And the other reason why I'm so sparked about this is that, you know, as I don't know if you guys have all heard, but Hornby have discontinued their Thomas range entirely, to the point where, you know, I think that they even have given up their the licensing of it. Now, from this comes both good and bad things. I see this more as a blessing in disguise because, you know, even though I was hoping that Hornby would keep on making their products, I think that if Bachman starts selling their products in the UK now, since Hornby wouldn't have the license, I think that the sales would be much better, and then the Bachman Thomas range would do much better overall. And the announcements would be much better. You know, like we would probably see more new toolings, because that's one thing that we haven't really seen that much of lately. You know, and just stuff like that. So yeah, that's my whole tangent. So basically, the fact that there's no new resin buildings is why I'm waiting still, because the point I'm trying to make is that my hope is that next year Bachman will announce some. Like, I know it's kind of like beating a dead horse, but I just want to just wait another year just to see if Bachman will make any new ones. So until then, the narrow gauge extension won't be happening, but you guys saw the layout. It hasn't changed. I still have the same kind of vision in mind. And yeah, so that's all I wanted to say regarding the narrow gauge range, and that's about it. So that about wraps up this update video. One final thing I wanted to mention is episode 5 of the Soto series. Now, I was talking to the doctor, and like we are constantly messaging each other through emails, and basically what we have planned is to try and complete 2 episodes this year. Now, like, we're in May, and you guys think, wow, why is it that it takes you all that time to complete 2 episodes? Well, I mean, these, as I've said before, these episodes take a very long time to make and edit, and I just don't have all the time in the world to, unfortunately, to make these episodes. But I want to try and at least have episode 5 also done by the end of 2018. So basically, what I do plan on making, I'm sure this is going to work out, is at least a sneak peek to episode 5 by the end of the summer, at least. If I can make the whole episode, I mean, that'd be wonderful, but there's no promises with that. Actually, one other thing is that I may do a few videos showcasing some other like merchandise collections. Like you guys saw back in November, I believe, of last year, I showcased a few of my smaller collections like Erdl and Take Along. That's pretty much everything I need to cover. If you guys have it, as usual, if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, there's the comments down there. You can also send me a private message. I'm always for those. And yeah, so this is Terrence Tractor 525, and yeah, here we go, summer 2018.